something to follow. I feel like a bit of a fraud up here. My name is Kyle, and I have a bit of a confession to make. I am a recovering anthropologist. So for the past 8 years of my life, I was actually doing a lot of my work studying human evolution, looking for fossils, working with archaeologists and paleontologists, studying a hobbit. And last year I decided to pack up my things and change career paths, brighter pastures, and move to Edinburgh. But in that process of packing everything, I actually found an old journal from my very first archaeological excavation. It's really cute. I was such a noob. I knew nothing about the real life. And I would actually like to share my entry from my first night of my first ever archaeological dig. So if you bear with me. My dear Indy, I hope that's okay. I figured I've known you all my life, watching your trilogy. I feel I can forgo the formalities of calling you Dr. Jones. Bro. What the fuck? You go around the world discovering perfectly preserved temples, run straight through them without as much as a picture to document your discovery, then run off with the gold as the whole place crumbles to pieces. Yes, that gold idol does belong in a museum, but Jesus H. Christ, what about the temple? Or the damn Holy Grail? You didn't even take notes, man. I get that you have tenure. And fair enough, you had to go kill the Nazis, so time was limited. But what the heck? You made it look so easy. You made it look so exciting. You lied to me, Indy. A hero who turned out to be the worst academic ever. I mean, the lies that my life was built on. Like, I decided to take my first class in archaeology and Egyptology because of the films. I was really excited about it. It looked fantastic. I pursued anthropology and archaeology through my undergrad thinking, oh my gosh, this must be what it was like when you're in the field doing this stuff. And then I get to my first day at an archaeological dig. I remember it really clearly. It was in the middle of Tuscany in the summer, bright, beautiful day, rolling hills. We get off the bus and our supervisor tells us, go weed. And I don't know if you guys know this, but no one trusts a noob. So I actually had to pay for a summer to learn archaeology. And that included weeding, gardening. I thought my life was a sham. And so there I was. It eventually got better. I took my little meter by meter square and started digging, and I started learning the entire process of taking notes and being a scientist. And week after week, I just kept finding dirt. With my little paintbrush and my little toothpick, more dirt, and occasionally a little worm. While my friends just nearby was finding loads and loads of mosaic tiles and beautiful bronzes, and I was like, what the fuck, I paid so much for this. That wasn't the only lie too though, because, as you can tell, there is an outfit you have to get. Now, Indiana Jones is such an icon, you can't just go into the field, you have to get the entire outfit. So there I was with my hat, my field clothes, and a whip. Now I know the professors that I have had all had the same hat, and I know somewhere deep in their closet they have that damn whip. It's a useless whip. No one uses it except maybe a PhD supervisor occasionally and some crazy psychologist, but that's really it. But you know what, if you don't have the whip and you go to a career day for primary school or secondary school, no one believes you. You just look like a hipster. So the lies, all the lies, the kit. And on top of that, I had to have patience. Indiana Jones didn't need patience, he was a rock star. And I had to have patience, and I learned that the hard way. It does get better. eventually I decided, you know, like a true scientist, a glutton for punishment, I wanted to try just one more time, and I went for a paleontological site. And this time I got bones. And I love bones because they're quite fantastic and they tell you so much about the living being that it used to be, about who we used to be, human evolution and that sort of thing, you know, that academic fluff. Now, this is Bright Club after all, so I'm going to drop some knowledge and I hope you have a pen and a paper to write this down. To tell the difference between a bone and a stone, you lick it. Yes. You lick it first to clean it off, and then you lick it again to see if it actually sticks to your tongue, because bone is porous, unlike rocks. So that's how you can tell that if it's a fossil that somehow looks like a stone, you could double check by doing that. This is all well and good, until one day when you encounter coprolites. Now coprolites, for those of you who don't know, they're quite light, they're a bit airy, and they're actually really exciting things to find. But not knowing anything better, you know, you go through the entire process. This is really exciting, oh my gosh, what is it? Put it on your tongue, lick it, oh, it sticks to your tongue, what is it? Pass it on to a friend, they lick it, and they're like, oh, I think it's something, we should probably write this down. You know, and pass it on to another person to verify because science, right? And then your supervisor comes along and is like, Kyle, you're licking poo. There is not any amount of booze to wash away the taste of fossil poo from your tongue. It's a real morale booster, seriously. And so, yeah, these are things Indiana Jones just doesn't tell you, ever. And it's not all bad. You do get to have loads of friends and travel. People pay you to go and do exotic vacations for work. But maybe someday, I don't know, I hope that they stop making really shitty Indiana Jones sequels and maybe do a more scientifically correct version with Indiana Janet. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much.